Alright, what's going on? It's That Boy Frail. Welcome back to another video. Now, today's video, it's a tad bit different from the rest. No versus battle video. No Bleach, no Naruto, no One Piece, no Dragon Ball. We got a new one, and it's Demon Slayer. Now, Demon Slayer, as we all know, is for the most part a pretty solid anime, pretty good. Some people, for some reason, call it the greatest. I don't know about all that. People like to say it's part of the new big three. I don't know where the hell that came from either. There is no new big three. There's only one and one big three only, so keep it at that. But I watched the Demon Slayer anime. I thought it was okay. I watched the movie. I was very disappointed. So I decided, let's read the manga. Let's see what all the hype was about, and I'll give a review video on it myself. So at the end of this video, I'll end up rating the anime and the manga on how I feel about it as a whole. But with all that out the way, if you're new to the channel or you've been watching for quite some time and for some reason haven't went down there and hit the subscribe button, I really appreciate it if you could, because we're trying to hit our new goal of 200 subs. So if you could help me reach that, it would truly mean a lot. Now let's get straight into the video. Alright, now I feel like the easiest way for me to do this video is to simply break the Demon Slayer as a whole up into the way that it came out. Rather that being the anime first, then the movie, then the manga. So I'll go in that order. And I'll just talk about each of them, what I like, what I dislike, and all that. Now, starting off with the anime, the anime, as we all know, has beautiful animation. Honestly, some of the greatest I've ever seen. And I am going to be honest, and a lot of people are not going to like this, but I'm going to be one of those people, and I'm going to say it. That animation kind of carried. I'm sorry to say it. Demon Slayer is all around a very overrated anime because of that animation. I feel like people took it. They seen this beautiful, beautiful animation, which I will not deny. It is beautiful. Like, this is like some top-notch stuff, But I feel like people took that animation and they ran a mile with it. Like, it's a good anime. I won't give you. I won't knock that. It's a good anime, but it's not as good as people say it. Especially not dealing with just one season. Season one, it was okay. It had its ups and downs. I personally enjoy season one a decent amount. I do think very highly of it. I don't think it was like the worst arc. I mean, not the worst arc, but the worst season. But I definitely felt like it could have been things that could have improved around it. I also want to touch on, just Tanjiro as an MC. Tanjiro as an MC, personally, I did not enjoy him in season one. It's a lot better when in the manga. I felt like he was, I don't want to say weak, but yeah, that's actually what I am going to call it. He felt weak to me in season one, and even in the Mugen Train movie. Not as much. It's like progressively he became like but that's the good thing about him. I will say Tanjiro has some really nice character development. I truly do like Tanjiro's character. But in season one specifically, I felt like he was a tad bit weak for me. He was underwhelming as an MC. I didn't really enjoy him much. I much more enjoyed anything that involved not dealing with Tanjiro. I'm gonna be honest, my favorite character is Inosuke, Team Inosuke. Come on, like, stand up. Zenitsu is a hilarious character. Those two just stood out a lot more to me than Tanjiro did, honestly. Hell, even Netsuko stood out a little bit more than Tanjiro to me. He was just very bland in my mind, watching season one. Of course he has some good moments, of course being the MC, you're going to have some top-notch moments. But, all around season one, I'll probably give that like 6 out of 10. Sorry if that's a little low for some people, but it is what it. Actually, no, I'm not going to disrespect it. 7 out of 10. There we go. So definitely a little bit above average. A solid season one. It had its ups and downs, but for the most part, it was a pretty okay season. Next, we're going to move into Mugen Train. Where do I start? Like I said in the beginning of the video, I was disappointed. Not necessarily at the movie as a whole. It was more of everything that involved Rengoku. I like, as much as Rengoku helped, Tanjiro in the manga, you'll notice a lot more. Tanjiro kind of stuck with Rengoku. Like, Rengoku stuck with Tanjiro, let's say that. He provided him a lot of motivation and, a lot of, higher up knowledge for Tanjiro. So it was a very impactful character for him. But him as a whole, as a Hashira, very underwhelming first going. It was pretty bad, in my opinion. For a lot of people, some people don't have a problem with the way the movie ended. I personally do. Because my thing is this: if you're gonna introduce Rengoku to us, you know, maybe not kill him within, the hour and a half this movie's going on. I mean, that's probably like a good idea. Um, I don't think that he should have died, and if he was gonna die, I feel like some people can agree with me on this, that maybe he should have killed the demon. That makes a lot of sense. Let's not go out like you're weak. Go out with a bang. Take him with you. That would have made that ending a lot better, because I would have had a lot more respect for him. Now, like, of course, I don't hate Rengoku, but the way he was portrayed, he was a one-hit wonder. He showed up, we thought he was really strong and all this, and I mean, of course, he is strong, but I mean, he did go against the upper rank. I want to say Akaza was 3. Yeah, I want to say he was number 3. So I mean, it definitely wasn't no cakewalk. For the most part, they said it at least would have took 2 or 3 Hashiras to fight one upper rank demon for the most part, anyways, if I remember correctly. So I mean, for him holding out on his own, it was good, I guess. But I would have truly much rather him, go out with a bang and take Akaza with him. Um, Mugen Train itself was really a okay movie. Tanjiro, I can't think of the demon that was. I want to say, what was he doing? Controlling those kids' mind, controlling the train. I can't fully remember exactly what his power was and what he was doing. But that little fight between him, Tanjiro, that was good. I liked it that. But for the most part, this movie was very mid for me. So like 5 out of 10 for the movie. It just was meh. Now onto the manga. When season 2 drops, were to pick up, being Red Light District. Now that, now the manga picked up good. Like, they did everything right in Red Light District, and even in Swordsman Village, they did everything right in those 2 arcs. I love them. My personal favorite arc in this entire show is Swordsman Village. I truly enjoyed the Hashira in there. I enjoy freaking Muchiro. I enjoy him a lot. However you want to pronounce the name. Is it Muchiro? I ain't gonna even cap. I forgot his first name. It starts with a T, of course. But yeah, like, I loved him all around. Like, I liked his little character development in that arc. Him getting his memories back and all this other stuff. It was really enjoyable for me to watch. But not to get all out of order. Now, Red Light District was a really good arc to start this thing back off of. It really like, after I got done reading it, I felt a little bit better about Demon Slayer. I was like, okay, this actually is kind of good. It's better than what I've seen so far. Because I liked Uzu as a Hashira. He was really cool. And then, like, we got Ginya to pop up. Tanjiro, Inosuke, Zenitsu, especially Zenitsu and Inosuke. Mainly Inosuke. My boy turned up this arc. Every time they thought my boy was down, he was getting right back up and banging out again. So I loved it. I loved every piece of this arc. It isn't really anything bad I can say about this arc or Swordsman Village. Both of them are really good arcs. Like, for what I basically said for Red Light District, I could say the same for Swordsman Village. I enjoyed Muchiro, like I said, as a Hashira. I enjoyed I want to say her name is pronounced Kuroji. Kanoji. I honestly don't. The girl with the big old Mia maracas. Come on now. We already know. The Love Hashira, if you still don't get what I'm saying. But yeah, I liked it, those 2 arcs. Definitely the best out of the entire Demon Slayer show as a whole. Now, moving on into this last arc. Because I want to say, you can roughly just throw Demon Slayer in about the manga, at least in about 3 arcs. And this last one, I mean, they had a little training arc in between. I guess you can call it that. But I mean, that was okay. It was cool. But the last arc, the fight against Muzan, whew, I don't agree with the way this thing ended. It was very, very weird, if I may say so. Number one, they killed off my favorite Hashira. Now the problem with this is the thing that I don't have a problem with them killing off Muchiro is the fact that he went out like a thug. Him and Shinobu, come on now. They went out like straight thug. Really, every Hashira that died in the last arc went out like a thug. Because guess what? They accomplished their goals. Like Muchiro, he was not finna let go of that sword. He was holding that thing through the entire time. Even with his body chopped in half, man was going stupid. Shinobu, going against the number 2 upper rank. Even though she got absorbed, she knew she was going to have to do that. She went out with a bang. She had this already planned out. She had the poison already in her body. She was ripping my boy apart. Girl Shinobi went out with a bang. Now, freaking, the other 3 Hashiras that died, they all died in the last fight against Muzan. And, they went out with a bang as well. Because guess what? He ended up losing in the end. Now, what I do have a problem with is the whole Tanjiro demon thing. That was a little just, I don't know where they were going with that. I don't know if it's just me. If someone agrees with me, leave a comment below. I have no clue where they thought they were going with that. I don't even know why that was in there. After, like, Tanjiro should have killed them, then that should have been it. Like, Netsuko came back as a human. She didn't, like, all this other stuff that happened. It was kind of, now, honestly, the way it was about to end, because originally the endings, like, it was all over. I feel like they did that because, honestly, I'm trying to think of a reason why they could have did it, but I truly can't think of one. Because Tanjiro was about, like, they were basically, they basically had Muzan back down to the wall. They had him in the sunlight. He was basically dying off. Tanjiro had his entire, like, one side of his entire body, like, almost destroyed. Like, mainly his arm and, like, half of his face was, like, jacked up really badly. And then, out of the blue, Muzan just, he fuses, I guess you could say kind of fuses with Tanjiro and gives him the demon powers and all this stuff that just happens out of the blue. I don't know. I just truly don't know how I feel about that ending. I wouldn't have mind if Tanjiro died. Now, I know a lot of people that's crazy, but as an MC, if you're gonna go out, you're gonna go out like how Tanjiro would have done. Because Tanjiro fought to the end. Man, like, I can say about Tanjiro, he's a dog. Every time he went down, he found a way to fight and get right back up. So Tanjiro ain't no little weakling. My boy Tanjiro is a dog. I would give him that. Now, I truly wouldn't have minded if Tanjiro would have died right then and there. And, Muzan freaking dying eventually to the sunlight. Not necessarily, the whole burying himself. I mean, that's fine and all. But, him dying to the sunlight would have just been a lot more simple, clean ending. Tanjiro would have either, died, or he would have been in, like, critical condition to the point where, like, swordsmanship was, like, no more. Now, granted, after that, Tanjiro, when he fused with Muzan, then got rid of the whole thing, which I'm still a bit of a looped about. Tanjiro's arm is, extremely weak. He can barely hold anything. Now, another character who I want to say is a straight G that really made me enjoy Demon Slayer, especially in this last arc, is Giyu. Now, I'm gonna be honest. It's hard to pronounce these Hashira's names. They don't pronounce a lot of them, So, like, please forgive me if I keep pronouncing wrong. But, like, these things are a little bit difficult to pronounce. But as we know, Giyu, the water breathing Hashira, my boy was a whole G this last arc. He was one of the things that made me literally enjoy this arc. If it wasn't because of him, I would have hated this arc just a little bit more. But Giyu came in clutch for me and made me enjoy this arc just a tad bit more. Now, I think I can, like, safely wrap this up, because I feel like I got most of my points across. Of course, this is like a rant video. This is just in my opinion, all that type of stuff. So, of course, it's going to be all over the place. If you agree with me, which I highly doubt anybody really is, but, of course, this is all my opinion. So, if you disagree, please go down below in the comment section and voice your opinion with me, because everyone has different opinions on some things. I would love to see you guys' opinion on it. So with all that out the way, I guess I'll go ahead and give my final rating on Demon Slayer as a whole. And I feel like Demon Slayer itself is only going to be, for me, I would like giving it an 8 is not. I don't feel like it's an 8 worthy of an anime. The manga, like, the anime first season and second season, maybe it was like a 6.5, 7. So I think with the manga, Swordsman Village and Red Light District saving it, I feel like I can give Demon Slayer about a 7.5. A 7.5 is not bad, as the thumbnail said, but it's not as good as people say. Because most people's gonna give Demon Slayer probably 9, 10s. I don't think Demon Slayer is that good. A lot of people do. That's just their opinion. I won't ever say anyone's opinion on the anime is wrong. Unless you like romance animes, I will say your opinion on them is wrong every single time, because none of them are good. That has nothing to do with this video, but we're just going to brush off that topic anyways. But with all that out the way, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and make sure you go down there and voice your opinion in the comment section, and I'll see you guys in the next video.